Today, we're going through the good and the bad of living right here in Boynton Beach, Florida. Let's get into the pros and cons. If we haven't met before, my name's Larry Mastropieri. I'm the broker owner of the Mastropieri Group based right here in sunny South Florida. And people like yourself reach out to us all the time thinking about relocating to South Florida. So don't hesitate to give us a call, shoot us an email, send us a text, and let's formulate a plan of attack to get you where you're supposed to be right here in South Florida. And don't forget to give us a subscribe and hit the like button. Now let's get into the pros and cons of Boynton Beach. Now, Boynton Beach's motto is the gateway to the Gulf Stream because of its close proximity to the Atlantic Gulf Stream, which flows right along the eastern coastline of the United States. Let's start by discussing the schools in Boynton Beach. As of the time of this recording, there are 22 public schools serving 16,405 students in Boynton Beach. Now, here's the big first con. Boynton Beach public schools have an average ranking of 4 out of 10. Which is the bottom 50th percentile for Florida public schools. The people who are typically moving to Boynton Beach aren't moving there because of public schools like other cities such as Boca Raton that have very strong public schools. So people who are moving to Boynton Beach may have other reasons to move there or just aren't focused on public schools at all. The pro about the Boynton Beach school system is that it's located within the greater Palm Beach County School District, which is A-rated by the Florida Department of Revenue. And the Palm Beach County School District is the 10th largest school district in the United States. Another pro about Boynton Beach schools is that there are great private schools in and around the Boynton Beach area, such as St. Joseph Episcopal School and the Gulfstream School. Next, let's quickly talk about the population here in Boynton Beach. First, let me point out there's about 79,000 people that live in Boynton Beach. Another interesting fact is that there are more 55 and up communities in West Boynton than a lot of the surrounding cities in the area. So I'll let you decide if that's a pro or a con for you. If you're looking for a 55 and up community, Boynton Beach is a great option. If you're not looking for that, then this is probably a con for you. I always like to bring into the discussion geography and location when it comes to thinking about investing or representing a client who's potentially buying in a specific area, because it's something you really can't change in most cases. And I think it's a big driver of future value for a city. So let's get into the geography of Boynton Beach. So Boynton Beach is located in South Palm Beach County, which from my perspective is a big pro because that means it's very close to 3 major cities. West Palm Beach to its north, 20 minutes away, Fort Lauderdale to its south, about 45 minutes away, and Miami further south, about an hour to an hour and 25 minutes away. And each one of these cities has international airports as well, so you have great access to transportation anytime if you live in Boynton Beach. The next big pro, and I think this is a big one from my perspective, is Boynton Beach is next to Delray Beach and then also Boca Raton. And both those cities are very popular for a number of reasons. But more importantly, it's right next to Delray Beach. And Delray Beach is growing and developing and expanding in so many ways that I think Boynton Beach is going to benefit from that. And if you live in Boynton Beach, you can get to Delray Beach very easily, which is great. So you can really enjoy all the amenities that Delray has to offer. But also, I think you're going to experience some appreciation of value, some increased development in the Boynton Beach market because of Boynton Beach's proximity to Delray Beach. The next big pro for the city of Boynton Beach from a geography perspective is it has an inlet. And that inlet provides access from the Intracoastal to the ocean for boaters. If this wasn't here, boaters would have to go all the way down to Boca Raton to get out to the ocean or to West Palm Beach. And boaters typically value getting out to the ocean very quickly. So property close to the inlet is typically worth more money than property further away from the inlet. So Boynton Beach having an inlet drives property value up. Now, there are some major cons related to the inlet here in Boynton Beach. The first big con is that the Boynton Beach Inlet is ranked one of the most dangerous inlets to navigate in the state of Florida. Initially, the inlet was created by the Army Corps of Engineers to flush the Lake Worth Lagoon with fresh ocean water. It wasn't meant to be navigable, but today we use it to navigate. Then the second big con is there's a fixed bridge with a max height of 18 feet going right across the inlet. So if your boat is taller than 18 feet, you're not using this inlet. Boynton Beach has 2 bridges that cross over the intercoastal, providing access from the mainland to the island and to the beach. Other cities like Boca Raton and Delray Beach have more than 2 bridges in each of their cities. Property value typically is higher in areas around bridges and tend to develop and appreciate faster because of the close proximity to the beach. I absolutely love the beaches here in Boynton Beach. They're clean, they're quiet, they have a very different vibe than many of the other beaches such as Boca Raton and Delray Beach in the area. Let me throw out some pros about the beaches here in Boynton Beach. The first thing that I think makes the beaches here in Boynton Beach different from other beaches in the area is that A1A is pulled a little bit west on the island. So it's further away from the beach. There's a separation of residential homes in between A1A and the beach here in Boynton, which is pretty cool because when you're on the beach, you don't hear the A1A traffic noise like you would in other cities like Delray Beach or Boca Raton, where A1A sits right on the beach in most cases. So that is a very unique feature. You get a little bit more of a quiet beach experience when you sit on the sand in Boynton Beach. There's a road called Old Ocean Boulevard here in Boynton Beach that runs up and down the beach line, and that's pretty quiet. You can ride your bike, you can skateboard, and it's a very cool, chill experience to do that versus riding your bike on A1A worried about getting hit by a car. So that, I think, makes Boynton Beach's beaches a little different and a cool, different, unique vibe for the area. The other big pro about the beaches here in Boynton is there's not a lot of high-rise condos or high-rise apartment buildings that sit right along A1A. You get more of that park and nature experience when you're here in Boynton on the beach, similar to what you see at the beach parks in Boca Raton. As an example, Ocean Ridge Hammock Park has a really nice, really pretty nature trail that leads all the way to the beach. There's no lifeguard on duty, and there's free parking at that park. And Oceanfront Park sits on 12 acres. It's a 7-minute bike ride from downtown. It has picnic areas and has a turtle cafe on site. And finally, Ocean Inlet Park is also a great spot here in Boynton Beach because you can hang out, sit on the beach while watching some of these boats come in through the inlet, which is pretty cool. You can also fish in that area, and there's grills and tiki huts available if you want to grill up the food that you caught for the day. Now let's get into the cost of living here in Boynton Beach. The cost of living in Boynton Beach is 10.4% higher than the national average, but that's much cheaper than some of the surrounding cities in the area, such as Boca Raton, which is about 20% higher than the national average. When comparing the cost of living from one city to another, we need to be very careful because depending on where you live in a specific city will really dictate your cost of living. If you're living in downtown Delray Beach or downtown Boca Raton, your cost of living is going to be much higher than if you're living outside of those downtown areas. So keep that in mind when thinking about cost of living statistics like these. Like many of the cities here in South Florida, Boynton Beach promotes a healthy, outdoor, active lifestyle. So I'm going to quickly highlight some of the main activities that I think are worth mentioning here in the city of Boynton Beach. The first big pro is that Boynton Beach has a marina. It's owned and operated by the Community Redevelopment Agency. You can charter dive boats, fishing boats, you can rent jet skis, kayaks, paddle boards. This is very special. Not every city has this type of amenity. The next pro is Boynton Beach has a golf club called The Links. It has a par 71 18-hole course and a 9-hole par 30. Great central location here in Boynton Beach. Definitely worth checking out if you're a golfer. One big pro about Boynton Beach is that it has a lot of parks. We've already mentioned some of the beach parks here in this video. Feel free to check out our map tour video though, where I go into more detail about each of the parks in the area. One worth mentioning right here is the Green Cay Nature Center and Wetlands. It's a 100-acre park. It has a 1.5-mile elevated boardwalk through the wetlands that you can run on, you can walk on, and just enjoy the nature, and it's kid-friendly. Now let's talk crime and safety here in Boynton Beach. The city of Boynton Beach has a higher crime rating than 81% of Florida's cities and towns. So I'd call that a pretty big con. The violent crime in Boynton Beach is ranked 38 out of 100 compared to the national average of 22.7 out of 100. So Boynton Beach is ranked higher than the national average for violent crime. Now, property crime in Boynton Beach is ranked 60 out of 100 compared to 35.4 out of 100 for the national average. So again, property crime in Boynton Beach is ranked higher than the national average. Now let's talk about downtown Boynton Beach. And the fact of the matter is, and this is a con for the city of Boynton Beach, there really isn't a downtown Boynton Beach to go to and hang out in. The city has big plans for the future for a downtown, and I believe in it. But right now, there's not a lot of nightlife. There's not a lot of action in the downtown area. The pro is Delray Beach and Lake Worth are very close to Boynton Beach. So if you really want to go out and enjoy yourself in a downtown that's poppin', you can go to Delray or Lake Worth in 10-15 minutes. The city of Boynton Beach has also done a great job in promoting the downtown area. They've purchased a handful of property over the years and either demolished and or renovated properties in that area. They've also built a brand new city hall in the downtown area, and they've approved many projects on surrounding parcels to help investors and developers build up this area. Let's walk through a couple of the cool projects that are happening in the downtown area. The Pierce will be located right off Federal Highway and Ocean Ave, so right in a prime location. It's going to have about 300 mixed income residential apartments, as well as 17,000 square feet of either restaurant, retail, or office space, and about 150 parking spaces. When this is done, this is really going to change the way the downtown looks. So if you've been in the downtown Boynton Beach area and you've driven by the city hall and you've wondered, what are they doing with all these vacant lots surrounding the city hall area, surrounding that future downtown? Well, now you're going to get a little taste of what they're trying to achieve here. The overall development plan includes 898 luxury rental apartments spread out into two 80-foot tall buildings spanning over 4 city blocks. There's going to be about 23,000 square feet of commercial space. There's a hotel. The interior courtyards will be filled with trees, a swimming pool, and many other amenities. There'll be 2 parking garages with a total of 2,338 spaces, and some 533 of which will be included for public and city use. This is a major project, and if they get this done, this will be a game changer for downtown Boynton Beach. 2 other projects I have on my radar are the Legacy Boynton Beach and the Villages East. These 2 projects are also massive like the ones we just discussed. If all of these projects get done, when they all get done, Boynton Beach will be a destination for nightlife. It'll be humming, there'll be action, it'll be a great place to go. And I expect that probably gets done in the next 10 years or so. So I am very bullish and very optimistic on the future of Boynton Beach from a development perspective. The con right now is that there aren't a lot of restaurants in the downtown Boynton Beach area like there are in Delray, Boca, Lake Worth, but the few that are in Boynton Beach are pretty good. So I'm going to give you a quick list of the ones I really like. So you have Two Georges Waterfront Grill and the Banana Boat. Both are in the downtown Boynton Beach area. Both are on the water, really nice. You sit outside. I sometimes have team meetings there. Great environment, great for happy hour, great for lunch. Hurricane Alley, great spot for lunch, great to just grab a quick bite. I usually meet friends or coworkers there when I'm running around in between things. Bud's Chicken and Seafood, haven't been there yet, but my friends say they love it, so I definitely need to go stop in there one of these days. Prime Catch, another great restaurant on the water, great for dinner, and Bacchiami Italian restaurant, great for dinner as well. I love the pasta there. There's 2 great craft beer spots here in Boynton Beach, Nobo Brewing and Copper Point. Worth checking out if you're into craft beers. I've gone there for events and stuff like that. Great time. Let's finish up this pros and cons video with one last con and one last pro. We'll talk about shopping. The mall in Boynton Beach is dying. It is at the end of its life. It is ripe for redevelopment. It is not going to survive the changing world we are in. Now, while I wouldn't go to the Boynton Beach Mall per se, I would go to the surrounding areas of the Boynton Beach Mall because there is a ton of great shopping there. Every big box store you can think of is in that general vicinity. You can knock out all your shopping in one trip just by going to that Boynton Beach Mall area. So that's the big pro. I love shopping in that Boynton Beach Mall area, but I don't typically go into the mall itself. Well, that's all I have for you guys on the Boynton Beach pros and cons. Thanks for watching to the very end. I hope you found value here. My name's Larry Mastrapuri. I'm the broker owner of the Mastrapuri Group based right here in South Florida. Don't hesitate to reach out if you guys have any questions. Don't forget, give me a like, hit that subscribe button if you want more content like this about living here in South Florida. Thanks again. Catch you on the next video.